You are. Very good. Right, girls.
Rusty, how did you get started in miniatures?
I've done miniatures all my life. When I was a little girl, I used to get conkers and drive some nails in the top and wind wool round for little seats and make boxes, matchbox piles, chest of drawers with little paper clips in, you know, the little gold ones with two legs, and you have all your little things in your bars in your chest of drawers. So I've always done it. And when my father came home from the war, one of the things he did was build me a doll's house. And that was from a hobby magazine. He used that as a pattern. But I don't know the going of that. I suspect my mother, who would throw away tomorrow's newspaper if she could get hold of it, used it for kindling one day. But that's the going of that. Still have some of the little bits of furniture and little rugs that my father made for me, actually with a little latchet tool and knotted proper little rugs and things. So I've always known about miniatures, but my grown-up miniature, I went to a friend's house and she had a very expensive miniature house and everything in it worked. The clocks were real clocks, but she didn't care for them. She just would, if she wanted to move them, she used to stick her hand in a room and sweep everything into a box, just like that. And I was having kittens. I think, you know, these are precious things anyway, because someone has spent their time making little miniatures. And she told me how much she'd paid for some of the pieces, including a little footstool. And I said, well, you didn't pay for that. It's a button, a little pad of material and 3 beads on the bottom. She said, well, make me one then. So I did, took it round to her. Then I thought, well, I can have that one of those. So one shelf in my bookcase, I decided we'll have a few little doll's houses things in there. And so it developed. And when Peter's aunt died, she was a great woman for knitting and crochet and things like that. And she left me a little bit of money, not much, just enough to get me started with my first house. And we built on it afterwards. So that was how I got into doll's houses. And I'm going to get this thing that tells me I'm okay. I'll get that out the way. I can see you then. I wanted to go to a fair, doll's house fair. Peter took me. When I looked around, I saw some plastic furniture. By this time, half scale had come into England. So I thought, that must be half scale furniture. It's only £1 a box, a room setting, and if I get it now, I can mess about with it, because at £1, you don't mind if you don't. You end up with a 3-legged stool that's sort of wonky or something like that. But when I got home, I realised it wasn't. It was quarter scale, because I measured it. And that was my love of quarter scale. That was when I first came in. And one of my first doll's houses that I built, other than the kit doll, one that 12-inch to a foot, was quarter scale. And I built a picture from a magazine. I built a little Provençal house. It's still not finished. I had got the kitchen all finished and then took a photograph. My daughter took a photograph and I realised the cupboards at the back had fallen down. I thought, I know, I'll put those back, but I've forgotten I couldn't see. So in reaching in, I knocked the table off and everything fell off that, and still all the bits are off. They just put back in the room. So it never probably will be finished, but that was my first quarter scale house. Right, girls, would you like to see the castle?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rusty, one other question before we get started. How did you come about using all these different things for your miniatures instead of buying?
Well, being English, we grew up not having things. Even paper was rationed. So you had to use the backs of everything and bits of cards that you got to build things. It never occurred to me to go out and spend money on things that were my hobbies. It just the way mindset. And I like experimenting. I like seeing if I can make something, a miniature of something rather beautiful. I've lost the skill now, obviously, but I can still talk about it. Ad infinitum, says Peter. So
I have to unmute so that you can hear my snort on that one, Jack.
Rusty.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, when you said you've lost it, I snorted. I'm sorry. We see what you do all the time. You've
Right.
not lost anything. Sorry.
I say I can still talk. My tongue will work for me, I hope. So anyway, if anybody would like me to talk them through any of the houses, but start with the castle, because I've got more photographs of that, and that's Marsha's favourite, I think. Is
Yes.
it, Marsha?
Yes, yes, yes.
Can you spotlight her, please,
I
Marcia?
will when she starts showing, yes. So go ahead,
Right.
Rusty.
Let's have a go and see if we can do this.
Okay, can I just say something, please?
Yes,
When
please.
Rusty's showing, in case she needs my help, I need to pay attention if she's asking for me.
Yes,
Okay.
I have a backup, a wingman, and it
Yes.
is it. So my wingman. Right,
Okay.
let's see if we can do one. Now I've clicked on one. Now what do I do? Right, Esty, what do we do now, my love?
Are you on the desktop?
I'm on the desktop.
Open the
Yep.
castle folder.
Open. Yeah. What? Right.
And click one picture.
What have you got up there? Have
Oh,
you
you
got
have to,
anything?
no, Rusty, you had to click a picture before you showed it to us.
That's what I thought I'd done.
Yes,
actually.
stop the share.
Stop share. Now this is where I have problems. Peter, is one of these up the top?
The
here?
red, the red one.
Red one. Okay, that's it. Stop
Okay.
share.
Now click on, let's say, the first one, the first picture that showed the Pringle box.
Is that the Pringle box?
Pick anyone, doesn't matter. We can go back and forth.
Ah, I got Marsha there. Right. Let me go back here. Now there's the first one. That's
Okay, now you have one picture on your screen.
I have indeed.
So now go back to Zoom and do the green button, the share.
Hold on, zoom, and the green shares down there. Now what have you got? It's gone back to the.
Now it should give you you should see that in the share, remember that when you open your share screen, click the one that has the picture.
I've opened the share screen.
Right, and it gives you options what you want to share.
And I clicked away on that mad on it and nothing happened.
There we
Oh,
go.
there you go. No, it went back to this. No, it's not
Can
gonna
you
work on
just
this.
click on a picture?
Yeah, she has to click, you have to click on a picture and open the
It's
picture.
on-
So you have one
A picture
open.
is open. A picture is open with
She can
Pringles.
click on one of those pictures and it will open.
No, you must have clicked on the whole. Only go, when you have your screen, your share screen,
Yeah.
then it should give you the option that only that one picture shows.
It's what I've got, but that's not what everybody else has got by
That's
the
correct.
sound
So
of
you
it.
have to close it again.
It's like the red one, darling. Yeah. Right.
Okay, what do you have on
Now-
your screen now? What do you have on your desktop?
I have your initial, the blank screen.
Okay, somebody is saying if you double click on one of the.
It didn't work. It didn't work. We know that
Okay.
already.
Okay,
That's why we did it this way. We went through that several times.
okay.
It didn't work.
So do I go back into that and click on one and then go into the share?
Exactly.
Right. I've opened the first one.
And it's
And it's
only
on.
that picture?
It's the only
Enlarged?
one that I've got in green at the moment.
And do you remember that it has like on the bottom a circle and then arrows to go forward?
Yes, but
That's what should be showing. So when you go to share screen, go to the
Yeah.
green again. Click the screen that shows that.
darn it. I'm going to have to make it smaller. Oh, I should get so annoyed if this isn't going to work because so many people.
It's
have
okay, it
put
worked
so
on
much
Friday a
work
few
in.
times, so it'll work.
Yeah, theoretically, well, I'll have to make it smaller. I know that's got to go down. Minimize that. Minimize that. That gives me access to here. Okay, darling, I use the keyboard. Do not fret. Right, now, why hasn't it come up? It's open.
It's the one picture that's open?
There was one picture open. There is none opened at the moment now.
Okay, so
I do
open,
apologize, girls. I
That-
do really.
yeah,
Okay,
There's one open. Yes, one is opened.
one is open, only one, right?
Only one.
Okay, so then try it again on the green.
share screen.
Yeah, we go through color.
I've got to find share screen first.
You look for the
now.
green, Rusty.
That's at the bottom, yeah.
Green there. Was it meeting information? No, that's not the right one.
Remember, it has an up arrow to it? It's a green box with an up arrow.
On the bottom of the Zoom thing.
I've got you, Bev. That's not. I can't get access to the. I know what's happened. I took it down so that I could access something else, didn't I? I thought it's below my eye level. Hold on.
Oh, yeah,
Must
that could
be.
be. Move your mouse.
I'm moving mouse. Nothing's happening.
If you move it at
Oh.
the bottom, it should come back up.
Let me move the whole thing up. That's better. Found it.
Found
That's
it?
what
Good.
had
It was
happened. It had
hiding,
gone below
right.
my screen. Right now, is anybody seeing anything useful?
Not yet. 1 second. You clicked, and now when it gives you options, when you click on that green,
Mhm.
Rusty, it gives you a few boards. Find the one
Yes.
that has the one picture on it and click that one. There you
Yeah.
go.
There it goes.
Okay.
Oh, bless your hearts. Thank you. Right.
Yay, Rusty!
And now you can
Hooray.
move that bottom. You see the square and then there's a, that circle, blue
Yes,
circle.
I'm
And you
with
remember
you.
that?
I'm
Yeah.
with
Now
you.
you can move forward and backwards.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Right, girls. Now, I don't know whether you want me to make this whole screen for me, or can you make the picture whole screen for you?
It is.
It's-
The whole screen is for us like this.
Yes.
Good. Right, girls. My expensive ingredients for making a castle: egg box, Pringle box, kitchen roll container, and toilet roll container. So, or core of them. Right. And a photograph that I asked my daughter to take of the White Tower at the Tower of London as she went past in the train, because I knew she would go past it. And I said, I want a picture of a castle. Please, will you take me that? So she did, very dutifully, and posted it to me. So there you are. That's the origin of that. So I needed to measure the tube to see how many rooms I could get, how many floors reasonably. And then once I decided that I could get 3 and a little turret room, I drew a line around it. You can probably see the lines. I left them all for you. And then I had a problem that I would have to cut into a Pringles box. And I didn't think it would be very successful. If I pressed too hard, it would collapse. So I don't know whether you can see it, but just under the floor line, there is a ring of wire with a little gap where I was going to cut the door so that I could cut through. And I used a tool that I use for clay. I think it's for making holes for teapot spouts in clay, but it's got a vicious point on it, and you can drive it in and you get this gentle curve. And then from there, you can cut it down with a scalpel or anything else that you want to use. Draw your lines around. I'm hopeless at keeping straight, and I wanted them all to come out straight when I finished. Then was the problem. They all had to line up with one another. So I started working out heights, levels, and then you think to yourself, okay, 2 adjoining doorways, they're on a curve. So there's going to be little gaps. So you had to work out how you would join them and put little jump ways so that they would go and not fall down the sides of the castle every time they crossed over. Also, I wanted to make stones, and I didn't want to go and put a lot of paper clay on because it would be very heavy when I'd finished. So I got an egg box. I got several egg boxes, and I opened them out as flat as possible, slightly dampened them, put them on on newspaper and pressed them down. Actually, I used my cutting mat to press them down and a few books on top, and left them overnight until they dried. And there's a lot of writing on it, but on the inside it's okay. Same, that's the back and front. And then
How did you find a half a dozen eggs? A
well, I
box?
got all my friends to eat eggs. We got a slightly egg bound, and it was all right.
Oh, okay.
I saved them for a while, obviously. You used to get through a half a dozen, not boxes, of eggs a week. Cut these lines where I was going to work out that I was going to have an awful job putting floors level in there. I could drop 1 down, 2 down perhaps, but you can't push down any further. Oh, one thing I didn't know at the time when I did this, the Pringles box has a plastic lining in, and I went with it thinking that was the only thing I could do, that it would fall to pieces. But Pauline Coombs, unfortunately no longer with us, discovered that you can just pull the plastic out. So if you're doing anything, have a check, see if yours is loose. Mine is, and I regret that I didn't take it out at the beginning. Anyway, there's where I'm going to open it, lines down, lines across, and I asked Peter to measure my tiles because I'd forgotten, and it was 1/4 inch by 1/2 inch, 3 pieces I cut whole piles of them. And this is where I learnt to join them. I had to put something as a bridge so that, as I say, people didn't fall down the side of their castles. That wasn't favourable. If you're a builder, they didn't like it and they're off with your head. But you can see what I did here. Make sure the actual middle of the door lines up, put a little step across, and then you've got the sides to fill in. I used a thicker card because I then discovered I can run lighting down the middle. Now, the lights were my most expensive outlay for this, and I went into the equivalent of your dollar store week after Christmas because everything's half price then. So that cost me the equivalent of your 50 cents for my lighting, and that really is the major outlay for all of this. These are just more shots of how it was put together, try and make a reasonable castle from it. So once I'd got this little cardboard bridge and the lights, I don't know whether you can see them there, they are in one shot.
Rusty,
Yes.
could I just ask a quick question?
Yes, please.
I saw you had floors in there.
I have got floors. What I was going to say to you, I started trying to drop them in, but realized this is not going to be straight. So I got a bodkin, and on one of the lines where I wanted them, from the outside, I poked around a few dots so that I knew that that would be level. And then I cut
Oh,
the stuff
wow.
in. And this is where my wire strengthener comes in. Not only did I put it on the main circle of the building, but I also put it on the piece that would be moved backwards and forwards up, so that would keep its shape and go back in properly. The wire, the dotted lines that I put a piece of card in, like what do you call it? A bit of beading round, shall we say, that would then form the platform for the floors to sit on. And I strengthened it by putting 2 layers and a little corner wedge. I don't know if you can see that in one of these.
So you did like
Oh.
a strip of card and you
There you
glued
are,
it
you can see
around the outside, right?
it went right the way round.
Okay,
It was a
thanks.
continuous strip. And on the inside, which you will see at some stage, I put another ring to make it look like a bit of fancy cornicing. And built up from there. You can see the wire a bit more there. Had to build out for that. And I then marked where I thought all the windows ought to go and used my pokey tool, my vicious tool, to make holes for it. Right.
Wow.
This is how it's coming along quite nicely. Turret, I'm formed a cone of card, and all of the card on the top of the turret is just the backs of cornflake packets. And what I did was open them out so you got the plain grey side, and I just did a base coat, one coat of a main colour, and then stippled all the colours that I thought would go with it. I got black, I've got red, I've got Rookwood red, and just blended them in. You can use tissue, you can use a staple brush, stapling brush, you can use anything, your hands if you like, and just do it all over, and then cut your tiles. A long strip, cut almost to the top because you want to go round in a circle and you want to stretch them round. Don't make them too even at the bottom. Go around with a pair of scissors and give them a little short back and sides in places so they're not too even. And then glue them on your cone. And this I've used because you can see I did 3D around the window frames, and this one shows it up nicely. So that basically is the outside.
So on the window frames, is that a single piece of the egg, or is it like
Yes,
a
it's just
curve
the odd
and a
cut,
bottom piece?
the odd cuts. I shaped them and cut a matching piece for the middle. You know, out at the middle, a little cone, a little shape out of the middle, and just glued them over. It's surprising you don't have to be that precise because you can always trim them. I used a nail file actually to just get any odd little bits that didn't look right off. Now we got the problem. What do we do with it? Now we've got this, and now are we going to be able to wire it? What are we going to do with it? And some kind little boy had sent off a rocket, and it had landed in our front garden, and the bit of wood around the outside was the stick of the rocket. It was very good stuff, actually. It took a stain nicely. Inside, I used some thin of the expanded polystyrene, the ones that come around television sets and radios these days. And on top of a piece of card, which was courtesy of Amazon, I laid one piece of polystyrene down and then cut a moat. Just went round with a knife and round the matching side and lifted that out so it had got, it still needed a bit of height. So I broke up some more of my polystyrene, spray polystyrene, stuck it until it looked like the proper base for a castle, and covered it with a piece of tissue paper which came on a pair of shoes. So you know, building all the expensive building materials for this. You can see where I cut the moat there. And we're back to the beginning. Now, the lights I haven't shown exactly here. You'll have to bear with this for a moment. I'll show you some more things in a moment. The lights for Christmas, I will show you when I come off and show you the ones I use. They've got a rather large plastic piece that leads between the bulb and the wiring. I didn't want to mess it about. I thought, what can I do with this? But of course, castles would have had torches. They would have had like a flame rather in a holder. So I stuck the lights in through the side, pointing upwards, and then just stuck some jewellery findings around the bottom to make it look like a torchère. Stuck those around the plastic. So that's how you get over that part. Right, girls, I'm going to go off this for the moment. Then you can ask any questions, and if you want to see the inside, if you can stand that, I will show you next piece. I've got to learn how to do this, and I've forgotten how to do it again.
Close this.
Close,
No, first
close.
yeah, there you go.
Okay, girls. Now I've got to make this one big. I'm coming out of here.
That was excellent, Rusty. It was
Yeah,
really
that was
good.
pretty cool.
But ask any questions at this stage that you want, and I'll get these lights, and I'll get those vicious tools as well.
What size were your bricks, or were they a whole?
They were a
strip?
1/4 of an inch by a 1/2 inch. I
Oh,
just
okay.
drew lines 1/4 of an inch and a 1/2 inch the other way, because you move them yourself, you stick them where you want them. These are, if you can see,
Yes.
these are the lights I took out, 50
Mhm.
pence. You put your batteries in one end. I've taken the shades off because they wouldn't go through the holes. But
Hold
you
it
can
higher.
you can see how much
Mm-hmm.
of it is plastic. And that was the piece I had to stick in through the castle wall at a slight angle and then make them into a torchère once they were in there. But there was a lot of wire and 10 lights, so that's not bad for 50 cents or 50p. The other thing, hold on.
So a pence is like a penny, huh?
Yeah.
Right, this is my box of goodies, and these were the things that I used, and they are vicious if you get hold of the wrong end of them. But they're marvelous for making holes in castle walls.
You gotta hold it up higher, yeah. Oh, okay.
You can see a bigger one, there you are.
Uh-huh. Oh, wow.
And they are vicious, but they go cleanly through a Pringles box and
Wait,
fingers.
so what is that called, that tool?
This I don't know. It was in one of, you get these boxes of things they want to sell off cheap in places. It was in a box. I was having a rummage,
Oh,
and I thought there were
clearance,
4
uh-huh.
of them in there. And I thought, I think they are for making holes in teapots. If you're going to attach a spout, you just put them in, poke them in,
Right.
and twist them, and you get a perfect circle.
Oh, wow.
You know,
That's
you could
cool.
be right. They could be ceramicist tools.
I think that's
Yeah.
what they are. I was in looking for clay, so that may well be. That would make sense to me.
I love your tips for making the castle. That is just brilliant what you did. It looks marvelous.
Thank you. But go with what you've got, I took a photograph of it, or got Katrina to take a photograph. These are my egg boxes. Can you see me still?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
yes.
No, you're
I'm
little
disappearing all
again.
over the place. These are the egg boxes, and this is the part. You can see I had a lot of eggs.
Yeah.
Just cut them there and there and flatten them as much as possible. Soak them.
So
Well,
you
not
use the
too wet.
rough side out, correct?
You're upside out. You can see that it's slightly rough. That's what I tried to convey in the photographs, but it doesn't show up. I should have used an angled light a bit more.
Problem is, we get styrofoam egg cartons. We don't
No,
Yeah.
get.
you can get that
Oh, you,
paper
you can
ones.
still get those. I get them right
Not
now.
around here, you can't. In the grocery stores.
But don't throw these bits and anything away, because they could frame windows. You can use them. You can make a mash of it and use it as papier-mâché. So it all comes in handy.
Absolutely. If I could
If
make a
you have-
suggestion instead of an egg carton like you're showing, Rusty, I get those egg cartons, but we also get those drink carriers from fast food places
Oh, yeah.
that are made out of the similar material. It's a
Yeah.
little bit thicker. You may have to soak it just a little bit
Yeah.
longer.
Yeah.
But you
I
can
haven't-
also, if you have a feed store around you or
Yeah,
a
you can
Tractor
buy egg
Supply, you can buy plain egg cartons for like 60 cents.
Mhm.
And I mean, I have chickens, so I order them in by the hundreds, but
Yeah.
you can get the cardboard egg cartons.
Yeah, I say they're marvelous things for doing. You can mash it and put a bit of glue with it and use it as papier-mâché anyway if you want to fill anywhere, any walls or any gaps in anything, even in real life if nobody knows
So-
you're doing it.
So I'm actually holding one right now that is it's stone, and it was made by taking those boxes, cooking them, basically ripping them up, cooking them, and then putting them in a texture sheet and remolding them.
As
No
papier-mâché.
way.
You see, papier-mâché is
Oh,
marvelous.
okay.
What? What do you mean cooking them?
Just literally
them
in a
up.
pan on the stove with the hot water to really help soften them.
Does it much quicker. Gets any oils out of it. It can repulse
then-
water
then-
for a while.
Cooled it, strained it, and then put it in a plastic texture sheet and set it in the sun to dry.
Mm.
And then you'll see the top one is a brick one. Again, a different texture sheet, but same stuff, same cardboard.
That is
Can you
cool.
hold it still for a minute?
Oh, sure. Here's this side shows both the brick and the stone.
Okay, thank you.
It looks just like one of those styrene sheets that you used to get from Plastruck. But
Yeah, I got it.
painted.
Thank you. Amazing.
This was a an actual online challenge. I think it actually could have been Quarter Connection or Name, but you could only use certain things. So I could use a decent amount of cardboard.
Now, both Laura and Rusty, when you boil these things in a pot, can you reuse the pot later for cooking regular food, or do you
Oh,
have?
yeah, it's just paper.
Yeah, it's just only wood or
Yeah,
paper.
because I mean, it's something
It's
that
glue you can add
Yeah,
afterwards. You don't
add
have to add
food
it
in
at
it.
the beginning.
Okay.
Laura, was that just regular cardboard or it was an
no,
egg
it was egg carton. The same egg cartons. I just
Okay.
ripped them and cut them into smaller pieces before I started boiling them on the stove to soften them, because I really wanted them completely to be mush.
Yeah.
So then when the mush, I strained the mush, put it in the texture sheet, put like paper towels all on top of it to help absorb, and then put it out in the sun.
Right.
How long did you
so-
put in the sun for, Laura?
Well, this is Arizona, so it's a lot shorter time than you would have to.
It takes longer
Years for
here.
me.
It takes longer here.
Right. Jesus.
But I didn't make mine too wet. I just sprayed it to dampen it a little, and I say put newspaper, and then I worked on it. I put my cutting mat on the top and just carried on working until it decided to cooperate, and that was the end of that.
So when you put yours on there, was it still damp so you could get that nice curve?
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
great.
no, it isn't necessary. That size and that thinness, that thickness, it will just stick round quite happily. I use ordinary white PVA glue, white glue, and I buy a big bottle for £1 in the pound shop. I sound terribly ikey. Well, I suppose I am really. It means I can enjoy myself and not feel any shadow of guilt or anything. I'm playing, and it didn't cost an arm and a leg, so there you go. Right, girls, does anybody want to see anything more?
Yes.
I'd love to see the
Want
interior.
to see lots of more?
Okay, if you would like to see the interior, we'll have fun and see if I can repeat what I managed to do this last time. Okay, girls, let's see if I've got the right one open. The castle interior. Click on that one.
No, you have to
And
click on a picture first.
I'm clicked on a picture,
A single picture?
a single picture.
Oh, when I say click, I mean double click. So you have this one picture.
Yeah, you got it up now. Now, all I've got to do is get access to my Zoom. Zoom. And where am I?
Rusty, you are sharing. You need to just double click on a picture.
I'm on a picture.
We
Yeah,
have
but
your
double
whole, we have
click.
all the
Right thing.
pictures.
Sorry.
We have all the pictures, Rusty.
Well, that's not fair. I've only got one. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm more jealous than I thought. Well, I've gone back to them all, but
You know what? Try to
Yeah.
see double
Yeah.
click now. Let's see if it works.
Yeah, double click now.
No, it doesn't
No?
work. No, we tried it so many times. It's just not, somehow
Yeah.
it doesn't work.
So you have to stop sharing again.
Yeah, you have to stop sharing first.
go back to the
Back to the
Zoom.
red.
Back to the red. Back to the arrow up. Right, find my picture. Go back to
There you go.
back to the Zoom.
No, right, no, we are at the Zoom. You're good.
Where
Oh,
you're
okay.
got it.
Back to the. I know. Got to
No,
move
you're right,
this
you're good.
out. now.
Don't change anything.
Got to move. I'm there, am I?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
You can see.
Yeah.
Yes.
And not lots and lots of things. Brilliant. Thank you very much. I don't know how the god of my
Now you
machine
should have
managed
the
that.
arrows. See the arrows at the bottom that you
I
used
do.
last time? And now
Yep.
you can go through. Okay.
Right. Like all good castles, you have your men at arms in the whole down the bottom, nasty area, but you can defeat a few enemies and stop them coming in. The little men came from, I think, Heber Castle in the gift shop, and they're slightly over the right height. But, you know, who stops to measure a man at arms when he comes at you when he's got a nice suit of armour on? So the bigger the better, really, isn't it? So anyway, that it isn't a lot of space in a Pringles box, but managed to get a couple of thrones and 4 knights in armour. So there you go. It looks impressive. It isn't that good, and I didn't make them. Did the flooring, did the rag, right, and at the back there's a button from a blazer and all the pieces of knives I could make. They really are just made.
You did
out
that?
of card. Yeah, they're
Wait.
just made of card and things.
No
It looks
way.
good.
How'd you make the
Looks good.
rings around it? Also card?
Yeah, the one in the top is a button off a blazer. It's
No,
got a
but
shank at the back.
No, but the pieces for the swords, the top pieces of the
The
swords.
hilt, did you use that German paper for the hilt?
They are little things that I don't know whether you know when you used to have things studded in your jeans. Most uncomfortable to sit on, but you had all little hearts and you had
Okay, yeah, metal studs. We still
Metal
have them
studs.
around.
These are fleur-de-lis, I
rivets,
think,
yeah.
originally, and I thought most of those look rather good. They were fleur-de-lis sort of thing, so that's what I used for those, and just glued them into a piece of card and arranged them. And
Wow.
I left the shank on because it offset the button a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
so you could get at it that way. Next floor, you've got dining room, and around each door, I put a liner to make sure they, as I say, they didn't escape out the sides, and I put some more stones. These were all offcuts, bits of the egg box that didn't really go anywhere, was trimmed to size and just stuck around randomly, really.
Mm-hmm.
That's another shot of the dime. I've got shots from all sorts of sources. People,
Quick
Oh.
question, Rusty.
yeah.
That's because that's going from one to the other. That's why you have that nice gap for the doorway, right? That's
Because of the curve. Because
Mhm.
of the curve, the only part that touches is the very center of each doorway.
Okay, cool.
Rusty, your food looks wonderful.
So how'd you
How
make
did
the
you make
food?
your food?
Well, at the end, I will show you. It was a marvelous swap meet, that one, and got some wonderful stuff. Most of the food, if it's the hog's head and things like that, yes, I made them because I didn't know what I was going to get. But a lot of these things came as wonderful swaps. That is how the arrangement works on that.
Nice.
Now, this is the Lord and Lady's chamber, really. This is their quiet area. They can sit and read. I'll just run through them without too many comments. Ask if you need. That's a beautiful bed. That was a swap. I
How'd
think
you
it's-
make the candelabra?
the
Nice.
candelabra at the top is just the opened jewelry finding a little bit around one of these bulbs. You know, the torches that I made. I just I opened it up and cut it in half, actually. So I just put it around the front half. All right, darling.
The prior 2 rooms had candelabras in.
Well, they have whatever I could find. Let me hold on.
Yeah, go back that way. Right, exactly. There. Yeah.
Where's these?
On the table.
Oh gosh.
It's-
Some
it's
I
a-
made, and some were 1 or 2 were on the swap. What ones they were, I don't know. That may have been a swap because it's. Well, I don't know. Yes, I think that was.
Rusty, where is the bedroom? Is that the bed? Is that in one of the little small?
No, it's in one of the main Pringles ones.
Oh, okay.
top floor, right?
We're getting up to the top now. Here's the Prada, and we've gone on, clicked too much on my little arrows, forward arrows. So it's running through at its own pace at the moment.
Oh, so click the middle button. It's running on yours at its own pace?
It's running on its own pace, yes. I will try.
Click on
Click the center button.
Yeah, if I could
you
access
clicked
it.
on the center is what made it start doing that. But it's not showing that to us.
Oh, darn it.
So go
Hang on
back
a
to,
little minute.
try an arrow again. Just ignore
Yeah.
that and go back to the arrow.
Unfortunately, at the moment, I can't access the arrows. They've gone below my vision line.
When
Right.
something goes below your vision line, move the mouse and it might bring it back up.
Yeah, it's not going to. Right, we're back again. I'm going to stop this for the moment. Escape that one, I think. Right, found it now. Right, now I've got to go back on again. I don't know who's got what. Can anybody, can you hear me, Mum? I don't know at the moment. Hold on, honey. I've got to get in. Right, Esty, I think your assistance is needed.
Okay, I'm here. What do you have on your screen?
I've got a tiny little picture of you on one side, nothing else, and a picture of a dining table this side with the forward arrows and the back arrows and the center one.
Oh, you still have that? Close that up.
Right.
No, you have that on your screen?
I have it on my
Sorry,
screen.
don't. Go back. And you want to show that again?
I will, yes.
So then go back to now share screen.
This is where the
green-
problem.
The green,
green.
that's the part you lost. You remember last time? It's
It is
underneath.
again, unfortunately. I've done it again.
That's okay. It happens. What you have to do is wherever you see your choices, move your mouse and it will bring it up. It's hiding underneath.
Yeah, I know. I guess it's going to make that not right. Here's that one. Right, we got the right one, I think.
Right?
I hope so. Apologies, guys, for keeping you out.
No, it's perfectly fine. So you have the share screen now?
No.
No. Did that whole line come up? Where'd you go, Rusty? Oh, it keeps
I'm
moving.
here. I'm here.
Okay, no, it just moved. The square moved on my screen.
Ah,
You're still trying to find the share screen?
I am indeed, yes.
So if you can't find it, you remember how we did the? Wait, you're in small screen now. Do you have the view on the top right? Or on the bottom right? Where you can click that you want to view full screen.
I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh God, I'm sorry.
I have another way. 1 second. Do you have on the bottom, you have where your file folders are and your, right? You should have a zoom choice also. You can click on the zoom.
I've got a red, oh, that's it. Let's have a look. Now,
What do you have over there? What are your choices?
you in a small blue frame, a blue frame sheet of showing the pictures on my album.
Okay. And what are the choices on the bottom or the top? What we call the menu.
Ah, now I see that one on the bottom there. I see one down there. Right, I've got you large screen now. I've got share.
You have
What do you
share?
do?
So click share.
Yeah.
There you go.
Quit it.
That's it. You did it.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, brilliant. You're a genius. Thank you. Right, we've back to the third, back to there. I don't know whether you've seen that one before. Don't think you have actually.
No, I think that's a new picture.
No,
No,
we've
it's the
seen
same
that
one, yeah. That's the dining room
That's
one,
okay.
right?
That-
Just keep going forward. Don't go backwards. I won't ever
I'm not
ask
going
you
to
to
go
do that.
backwards. This is Prado, we've said.
That's the bed, right.
I think
Ooh,
we've gone
nice.
round.
We
mostly.
just saw the first bed.
That's about the only bed. They have to keep walking the rest of the time.
So you
Nice.
got a little
Yeah.
staircase
Yeah,
showing?
go a little bit slower, Rusty, because these are all new for us.
Are they? Oh,
Yeah.
I won't go. Yes, I will go back very carefully. But
Oh,
I know
no,
what-
don't go
No,
back.
no, don't go back.
go
Just
back.
just go slower going forward.
Right, there was the smaller tubes. I just turned into things like a bakery storage or a
Mm-hmm.
vegetable
wow.
store.
You made those, did you make that meat?
Yeah.
With what?
That was probably paper clay and painted it.
Really?
Nice.
And the barrels also?
Barrels I made actually with paper clay again, and I
Oh.
just sort of shaped them and then just
Yes.
went round the edges and painted lines around them.
Wow.
Uh,
They look so real. That lettuce is amazing.
I think that looks like cabbage, but
It is cabbage.
meant
but I
cabbage,
didn't like
whatever.
to- whatever.
Oh, look at that up on top.
Whoa.
This is one of the smaller ones. And there's
Mhm.
a privy. Do you see the privy?
Yes. How did you, oh my God, yes. Yes, it's great.
And they've got a nice black jug for washing them. Yes.
Uh-huh.
This is the castle dragon. Everybody tells me it looks like a pig. I don't care. I love him. If you can have a good look at the tiles though, I did run a very dilute, I mean very dilute paper, paint in there, a darker paint, because it wasn't really showing up as much as I wanted it to.
Uh-huh.
You can see I wiped it back almost immediately afterwards, and you can see where it was retained by the unevenness
Yes,
of the egg
yes.
box. And I think
Mm-hmm.
that's quite a good picture of show
It's
that.
excellent.
So my poor little castle dragon guards the dragon very well. And we're back to the beginning of the photographs.
Okay.
Okay, girls, will that suffice
Can
for
I ask
tonight?
a question?
Yes, please.
Rusty, how did you do the stained glass window?
The stained glass window.
Yes.
Which one? Let me see if we can go.
There's,
It looked like it was in like a church
There-
area.
Yes,
Were they-
somebody very kindly sent me stained glass windows. I will go and quickly show you some of the swaps if I can find them. Do you want a very peak performance of me trying to find things? I will try, I promise.
Oh, just no, keep going right where you're at, just slow, because this is the area we didn't get to see real well. So
Okay.
going but again would be wonderful.
just move slowly,
Okay.
yeah, click. Yeah, that's stained window.
Right there.
That one was sent to me. It was one of the swaps that were given. I say we had the most marvelous swaps this time. Really was.
Now that big tall looks like a candle holder or something. Is that
Yeah.
beads? Is that beads?
No, that was a turned piece of wood that somebody sent. Again, that was one of the
Oh,
swaps.
uh-huh.
We had some marvelous swaps. I think the Prado was as well. I don't know. The
I love the
box,
bed.
the
box also,
in
yeah.
front.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you've seen them. They're little wooden fans. You can get them just. Let's just stop. You can either unpick them, or you can just buy the actual slats, the bits for the fan. And I stuck it to cardboard, then stained it and used it as a single piece of carved wood.
They're
Oh.
That's
sandalwood,
nice.
and you can still buy them really reasonably.
Yeah.
What is
and
it?
then-
It's in?
There's sandalwood fans.
Yeah.
I
You
I
can
will
either
go-
buy them red.
Oh, how Oh,
I will run and get one
Yeah.
real quick. I have them all the time.
Yeah, I know which
Yeah.
ones you're talking about.
And they make marvelous cupboards and things. You can do, you know, you have to allow for the fact that there are slats from a fan and they do slope slightly, but you can overcome that. Nobody notices that it's a slightly wider one end than the other.
Rusty, when did you make this castle?
Aha, I wonder. I will find out it later when I see where so I have no idea, but it certainly was a challenge that we had, and I really enjoyed doing it.
All right.
Wait a
this-
minute, let me
you
go
can
back. I
even
want to
see
show you something.
that I cut parts out of this one, but you can see the
Let's see what
basic
Rusty
plan
has to say.
That's
We
so
can't see
smart
you,
that you
Laura,
cut that
because
out.
he's taking over the screen.
Who is?
Because Rusty's there, we can't see Laura. You're not seeable.
Can you not
Laura,
see
you
my
have to wait till.
Yeah,
Rusty
wait
gets
till
Wait a
in.
minute.
Yeah, wait till she's through because she can't.
Okay.
These little, I cut little triangles
Yes.
to support the floor a bit.
What is
Then
it? Cardboards?
Cardboard, just strips of card, and I just cut a long strip and then
Yeah.
cut it at diagonal angles.
Okay.
Did you do this when you were in Micro Minis, or did you do this later?
This would have been, well, I was in Micro Minis at that time, certainly, and all mini all sorts and Quarter Connection. Yeah, that was around that time. I think it's Quarter Connection. The sizes
Like
are right.
5 years ago?
Oh, no,
Well,
no,
this
no.
is Probably
Tudor?
more. Probably more because we had 3 years out for COVID, didn't we?
So before that, okay.
Oh, yes.
Before that,
And
yes.
I was out of miniatures for like 7 years, and I was in charge of Micro Minis for like 4 years before that. And she was very involved with Micro Minis
I
the
was.
moment I started doing anything with them.
That's right.
So yeah,
Right,
we're talking more like 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, I did some black work as well. I've just forgotten about that. I like doing black work. There you are. You can see a cushion. It's just
The
single thread with
pillow. It was the
counted
pillow a swap.
pillow. Yeah, I went to a Tudor recreation weekend. It was an old Tudor house, and everybody who took part, it was what they do for their hobbies, for their interests. They're all dressed in Tudor costume. They behave the way they would have done. You had to change your money for groats when you went in.
Yeah.
Even the little children were dressed as Tudor children.
Yeah.
It was
I
absolutely
think your
beautiful.
spinning wheel is great.
Yeah.
Now is that mine, or is it? I think that may have been one again that was a swap. It
Oh
might
my
be one
gosh,
of them.
Rusty, I am going to tell my husband about these Tudor weekends.
They are beautiful, and I have lots of old manuscripts from Peter's family, including when somebody died, they went round and they appraised all their goods, and they spelt things in those days just as you would speak it, but not as it is now spelt. And for ages it got me that there was a wreng, W-R-E-N-G, in the kitchen. Lots of the kitchens had wrengs, and I thought, what on earth is this? But I went and I said, can you pronounce that for me? And they said, that'd be a ring. And it was a cheese ring. They put cloth in it. They poured the cheeses in, had a ring. It had holes around it. Then they put they put the cloth over. Then they lower the next ring or rang. And now I know what was in the Tudor kitchen. It was a cheese ring. But going to that Tudor place, I was able to point to things and say, what's that? What's that? How do you pronounce that? It was good. I enjoyed it very much. Right, girl.
Rusty,
Hmm?
in this picture, you can see the ceiling,
Yes.
and
And
you can
those were the-
see, yeah, those things are. Now, how did you make that?
I cut a long strip of
Do not
card
pay attention.
and cut it into triangles, cut it straight across and then each one diagonally. And then I just glued them up all the way around. Patience is a virtue.
Yes, it is.
Now, I know I have got more pictures to show you, but I think your time is well and truly up because we're on to the next hour.
Well, no, this is the last one, so we can
Is it?
be here as long
Yeah.
as you want.
Okay. Well, can I have a break for a moment? Come
Sure.
out of here, and if Esty is still with us, and will talk me through going back again afterwards. Let
Okay,
me
so
come out
stop,
of this
first
one.
stop the share.
First stop the share. First stop the share. Red button.
There you
There
go.
we are. I see Esty. I don't know what I've got up this side. I don't know this lady at all.
We're done with the fans,
It's a
lady.
Zoom
Okay,
person.
Laura, now, yes.
And
Okay,
now
girls.
Laura can show her fan. Oh, yeah.
So you cut
That's it,
those out,
Laura.
Laura?
That's it. That's the one. And you
That's
can see
so
already, if you have a look,
cool.
there's a box lid and there's a box side. And
And you can even see I've cut these off.
Oh,
yeah, I've got the
wow.
same. I have the
Okay.
same.
Laura,
It-
is that plastic or is that wood?
It's
Wood,
sandalwood.
Sandalwood, okay.
Mhm. And you can still
Wood.
buy them inexpensively. One of the places you can find them if you want to buy lots of them is you can actually go to like um a favor place, you know, for
Yeah.
like wedding favors, etc. They often
Mm.
have them still really, really reasonable.
Like a
Sometimes Doll's
party
House-
shop.
Doll's House
So,
Yeah,
over
party
here
shop.
used to sell the
you can
slats.
also check on YouTube and if you guys deal with any bigger scale, they've used these to make metal filigree
Mm.
a spiral staircase.
Oh,
Right, that I've seen, yes.
That's
Okay,
how I, the staircase in my architect's loft.
right.
using
And
that.
so I've
Yeah.
used them to do a lot of like Rusty did, to use things like for boxes or tiny little furniture. So
Cool.
like put my thumb behind and pull it up closer and see if you can see. You see how there's like some half rounds there? I use those half rounds for like the bottom of one of those fancy chairs for legs.
Oh,
You know how
oh,
you've seen those kind?
yeah.
You know, like this other one, it has like a heart shape in it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll make like a cradle with that as the end of the cradle.
Mm-hmm.
And then the round ones, again, you can just carefully cut
It's a
around.
wheel.
Or you can use it for fans also. It looks like a fan.
Uh-huh.
You know, you can use that for the wheel on the bottom wheel on a sewing machine, antique
how about a
sewing
stove
machine.
top?
Exactly.
it up.
Yeah. So, but you can see all the variety, and this is your standard cut, but you can find different prints as well. I mean, different cuts. And these aren't laser cut. They're still cut the old way. I don't know how they do it, but
Okay,
you back,
Rusty.
Rusty?
Now, can you see this, girls, or not?
Well, you'll have to hit the red again so you can pull up a single
share.
picture. You're on the
Yeah,
whole
close the
screen.
share.
Yeah, close the share.
Okay, go to, you want a new folder, Rusty?
I had opened a new folder.
No,
Actually.
that was the castle folder still. So close the castle
It's
folder.
still the castle folder. I put it in a section so that I know what I
Oh,
was
okay.
talking about next. But I will do that again, and I'll go back in again. And go
Yes,
and
you want to pick up one picture from the area you want, then hit the green button again.
castle exterior. There we go. There's the first one open. How's that? Have you got that yet?
No,
No.
now you have to go on to share.
Now I've got to find that.
If it's hidden, find the zoom in your
Yeah,
choices.
we're doing that again.
Okay,
Got
good.
there. Got there. We're getting there slowly. I'm hoping this is the one. Now, what can you see? Nothing.
No, that's the dragon.
That's
Dragon.
Ah, yes, you'll see your dragon again because he lives indoors and outdoors. He's a multi-purpose dragon. Screen sharing has stopped.
Do you,
as the
do you
shared
still
window
want to
is-
be in your castle folder?
Yes. you probably haven't got this in yours.
That is the landscaping and stuff she was going to show us.
Yes, it's just landscaping now.
Oh, okay. So you have to
It's all
find a
right, I can
landscaping
do it.
picture.
I can do it, I think.
Yeah, of course you can.
I hope this is going to work. Is that on? Is my
Yes, it is.
castle?
Yeah, that's right.
It
No.
works, but click forward. Oh, that's a different view. Yes, this must be a
Oh,
different one.
he's cute.
Yeah,
Now-
oh, wow. How did
So
you-
slow, though.
The
Oh.
mastiff, I painted it was a 3D printing. The little swans were silver metal.
Oh,
And,
really?
and a
Oh,
oh, I don't know who's barking, but it's a good time to do
good
it.
sound effects.
Yeah.
Now, all of the rock, as I say to you before, was actually paper, tissue paper, which I covered these polystyrenes with. The
Uh-huh.
same with the bank, the same with the river. And I
Oh.
decided they would need some way in and made a door, and this is all just card.
It's all card.
All card. Now, these two are rather beautiful gifts that I got from Susie. Now, my name is,
But you made the trees, right?
yes, that's it, Susie Newell. Yes, I made the trees. That is curtain hanging wire. You know, there's 8-stranded wire for picture hanging wire. 8-stranded wire. And I just wrapped it round with a piece of tissue paper at the bottom and then divided it, wrapped those two pieces, divided those until you got a tree.
Oh, divide. That's very smart. Divide and then continue.
Divide and conquer.
Yes. Oh, look at that.
Oh,
I had
wow.
to put it in front of my
Girl, well
Asa.
done.
That is magnificent.
That's in front of my
Really
Asa.
nice, Rusty.
Oh.
Your maple tree is beautiful.
It is. It's lovely. It's in the courtyard. And I like that very much. So I'll just show you around the outside. You can
Beautiful.
see the landscaping coming on.
Yes.
And there you go.
Go a bit slower so we can really
Okay.
see.
Sorry, I didn't want to bore you, you see.
No, you're
I'll
not
go
boring
back
us
on
when
that
we
one.
need it.
I'll go back on that one.
Yeah. Go back on
Okay,
that
so
one.
you can, any questions? You can see here quite clearly where the ridge round, where there's wire underneath to keep the shape.
Did
But
you
it
make
didn't happen
those
that-
people?
I made the ones on the right, as you look at it. Oh yeah, I made all of those.
Really?
Wonderful,
I made
Rusty.
all those. So
Amazing.
the frog prince and princess were the only ones, and that was Susie Newell's. Jackie helped me with. This is more. They're having a little
Oh, look how
romantic
cute.
moment.
Oh, wow.
Romantic moment. It's the old king, bless him.
Beautiful.
I'm almost back to the beginning, I think. Just walk round the castle. Yeah, we're back to where we've been before.
That is
Okay,
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Gorgeous.
And if I can do this properly, I might be able to stop this, go back, stop, go back and get you another view from the castle. If I can do this, and I can. Right, we're there. Now, castle challenge. Next piece is swaps received. And I thought you would love to see these because they're so beautiful swaps.
Love to see,
Open one.
love to see it.
Yeah, I thought it was worth showing because they were absolutely amazing, I thought.
Did everybody that did the swap make a castle, Rusty?
Something connected with the castle this time. It was really good.
I mean, did most of those that were in the swap, did they also make a castle like you did?
That I don't know. I'm assuming they did because they certainly put a lot of work into other people's if they didn't. Right, let's see. Have we got the prince and
Yes.
princess of
Yeah,
Prague?
You've got the Susie Newell dolls.
I thought she was very
That-
lovely. I love the way he looks at her. Way.
Yeah, he's adorable.
Uh-huh.
And he's saying, who, me? Good Lord, would I dream of it? Yes.
Right.
I couldn't resist taking
Oh, I
lots of
just realized she's
photographs.
kissing the frog.
Yes, that's it.
Oh, yeah. Look at her. Look how she's,
Now,
oh,
this
wow.
this is
Oh,
all of the
wow.
things.
My
These
goodness.
were all the gifts that we were given,
No
except,
way.
except for the
Fabulous.
paperwork. These were swaps. We took 25.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Incredible.
That
Those
is
were
incredible.
wonderful. Weren't they lovely? I thought I really was proud of everybody who'd done so well. And I wanted to show it all of you.
Oh my gosh, they're
Look at
fabulous.
the candles.
Aren't they
I
lovely?
love the spinning wheel. That looks like mine almost.
Yeah, yeah, I know that one. I
Those
didn't make
chairs
it
are
myself.
gorgeous
But these,
too.
The
Look at,
chairs are unbelievable too, yeah.
look, the Pray Dieu, and it's
Mm.
just the thoughts that they put into things.
So what did you make? What did you make for them?
Uh-huh. Okay. I will show. These are the flat bits that I couldn't show in there, and there
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
see
this
your
is the
window. Do you remember the windows? The stained
Yes,
glass
yes,
windows?
uh-huh.
Now, these are right. I've got to go out of here again and
Right.
show you mine now. Clear out of that. Find this. Go back. What's received? Go to swaps made. I can find it. Swaps made. Here we go. Go on the first one and move that. I'm doing it. Not quite yet.
You'll get it.
Yeah, it's this green bit that I keep losing. Right. Have I got the right one now? Right. Goodness knows what happened here. Now, is anybody seeing anything?
You're seeing a piece of the screen. Do you know how to make the screen bigger?
There's a little arrow up there on the left-hand side, my left-hand side, that says open.
Question if that's gonna do it. If she just show, you see the three things on the top right of that picture?
Yeah.
Rusty,
Is that it?
move your mouse. Let me see. Move your mouse on the picture.
Can you see the circle with a question mark in it, Rusty, on the right hand side? Well, your left probably.
We
Do you
just
see a
see the
dark-
top of a red chair.
No, but Rusty sees blob. Rusty, do you see a darker blob on the right side?
Or it might be your left side. It's a circle.
There's more. Is that it?
It's on the right. It's right on the white stuff.
On the white
Above-
stuff.
Above
Yes.
it, above the red, can you see the red of the picture? The thing that's in the picture?
It looks like a chair with a pillow on it.
Rusty, maybe close it and try it again.
I think so. Thought I was doing quite well then. Haha,
You
I
were.
wasn't.
For some reason, this one didn't
You're
open up
doing
fully.
fine.
This one is not maximized.
Right, it's just not maximized.
No.
Flip stop the share, Rusty. Then you'll be able to work with it.
Yeah, I'm going to. Apologies
And
for
then
that.
just close that picture window and then reopen the picture window.
Right. Okay.
And then hopefully it'll open full screen that time.
Picture window open full screen. Now I've got to move it so I can go to share.
And do the red button.
No, the green.
Green button.
Oh, green button, sorry. You're right. Dyslexia.
God knows what happened that time. But we'll find it. Right, we're there. And that.
You're doing really great, Rusty. I have
Yes.
no idea how you can take this on and do this so great.
Tell me
I'm-
if you're seeing anything, girls.
We're seeing the same thing, Rusty. It's only part of a picture, which means the screen. What do you see on your screen, Rusty?
There's like a blob I can see.
Yeah, right there is a blob, exactly. Can you move your
Yeah.
mouse back to that where you did it before?
Yes, I think so.
I want to see a move. Back on the picture.
Yeah, move it towards the red part of the picture.
Is that it?
No, I don't see it.
We're not seeing the
I've
mouse.
stopped sharing
Rusty,
for the
pick it.
moment.
Rusty, pick a different picture first. Then we'll be able to move it once it's open.
Right, I've picked. No, I
A
don't
different
think
picture from the same section.
Right, let's see what we can do here. Right, there's a picture. Right. That's, and go back to Zoom, go to there. And then click on that again. Oh, you see,
Yeah, there you go.
you've got
There
about
it
two
is.
screens
Yes.
there, I think.
Oh, those are your dolls.
Yes,
Oh, okay, so you
Oh,
made
look at that. How cool.
This is what I did.
Oh, look at that. And they're wrapped with tissue?
No, that's actually like a clean baby wipe. You know the wipes, the soft material you get
Yes,
as a
yeah.
baby wipe. The clean ones,
Oh.
obviously, dry them out, and then you can cut it into strips, and it binds
Uh-huh.
nicely around them.
Whoa.
Did you mold their heads too, or make their heads?
Just made their heads, yes.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Nice.
Are they female heads?
They're Fimo, you can see here that when you go back to the bodies. Yeah, Fimo head, boots, and
You might
hands.
want to do that
Wow.
again, Rusty, only go slow.
Okay, girls. Are you seeing this one at the moment?
Yes,
The
yes,
naked
it's
men.
amazing.
They're naked men. Ooh, and there's ones in their
Whoa.
long johns. They've got their long johns on there.
So did you wrap the wire with batting or cotton or something?
Yes, you know baby wipes, the thin baby wipes. Let them, don't use them obviously first. Well, you can rinse them through if you feel so inclined. But I just cut them into strips, let them dry out, and use them to bind around. You can glue them as well, so that's quite well, and it doesn't disintegrate like tissue does when you glue it.
Right. Oh my gosh. That's so
Fabulous.
unbelievable.
As you
What are
can
the
see,
vests?
they'll-
What are the vests made of?
that's leather. It's the inside of the suede.
Oh, leather, suede. Wow. Amazing.
And
Love
they do
it.
come
And
on
the
and off.
boots as well, Rusty, are they leather?
No, the boots are
Are they
Fimo.
really thin? It's Fimo? Okay, what about
Yeah.
the top ring on them? Is that just like a lacing or something, kind of?
The ring at the top. Do you mean not the crown, or do you mean all the?
No, on the top
Of the
boot.
boots.
On the top of the boot. Is
Oh,
that
yes, I
that just a real thin piece of leather too?
Yes, just a piece
Makes
wrapped
it look
round.
better.
Yeah, I wanted to
Beautiful.
join between the Fimo and the silk. That is silk on their trousers, and I just wanted a thin piece of leather bound around the two to hold the join.
Wow. Wow.
The crowns, I don't know any of you who do cards and you have peel-offs.
My
silver
dollhouse
peel-offs.
group.
If you get one that looks like a chain.
Recycled materials. Isn't it kind of cute?
Yeah, these are the bits from the
dolls.
between
Outfits.
between the
That kind of
chain.
cute. Crazy.
Somebody needs to mute.
Talking too.
Yes.
Somebody needs to mute.
If you get these peel-offs for your cards, in between the chain, there's a bit of waste. And that waste bit looks just like a crown because you can see where they took the chain bit out. And so you glue two back to back with an overlap so they don't come apart, and it makes a little crown.
What
Yeah.
were the crowns made out of?
Peel-offs. You know the shiny silvered paper.
Stickers, stickers.
Oh, the sticker part. That's right. Yes.
So the
I've got some here, but I don't know whether these are Christmas ones. Oh, they might be the right ones.
No, you're right. Now I see it. There's always those extra pieces.
There's always the pieces in between, and I keep all the pieces.
Right,
in between.
exactly.
You never know when
Labels.
they're
We
gonna
have them
come in
from
handy.
labels.
Yeah. So these are all, I got a big box of gold ones.
Uh-huh.
So that's what they are. And they come
Cool.
in handy.
Yes.
Needless to say, you can't move here, but I'm happy. Right,
Yeah.
that's all this is. Okay, girls.
Amazing.
So-
Wow.
so, Rusty,
Yes, darling.
I personally would have taken your dolls over every one of those other wonderful ones too. So
If
Yep.
I can
you
practice
made a
doing,
fantastic swap. So I'm sure everybody else was just as thrilled as you were.
I hope you haven't all gone away and got bored, and I apologize if it. I will get more skilled at this soon because I have a few other things I'd love to share with you if you ever
Please
you
do.
want to know.
Sure.
You did wonderful, Rusty. You did
Yes.
absolutely wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Yes,
and
I can show
you
you the
gotta
rabbit
remember,
warren one day, but I've got to
It's
practice.
not like any of us have done a share before really either. So we'd be in the same learning stages as you.
We're
Lovely.
going to definitely do a rabbit sharing. We will definitely have to do the rabbit sharing.
And I've got
You're
a few other
probably
things
getting a
as
little
well.
tired by now. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to thank Esty before because she's been very patient with me. Thank you very much. And I'd also like to thank Cheryl. I'm going to practice going into the Google way of sending files for backups and just for sending files. But thank you girls very much for your patience and an enjoyable
Thank
evening. I
you,
hope you have
Rusty.
the
This
same.
has been
Thank you,
absolutely
Rusty.
wonderful.
Thank you, Rusty.
Thank you, Rusty.
Amazing. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
girls.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Rusty. This has
Thank
been
you,
marvelous.
Rusty.
Chat
Okay,
with you
I'm
next.
leaving for a
Stop
little
your
while.
recording.
Thank
Eh?
you.
Bye girls. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Marcia, stop your recording.
I'm working on it.